take back the Senate, and we are going to take back America. And in 2024, we are going to take back that beautiful, beautiful White House. I wonder who will do that. I wonder. Well, he's heavily implying that it will in fact be him, that Donald Trump will be running again. Okay, so that video came out like a week ago. He seems pretty eager to run. Is Joe Biden worried about this? Well, he actually touched on this topic during a press conference this week.
The point is that when the first G7 meeting I attended, like the one I did today, was in Great Britain. And I sat down and I said, America's back. And one of my counterparts, colleagues as head of state said, for how long? For how long? And so I don't criticize anybody for asking that question. But the next election, I'd be very fortunate if I had that same man running against me. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, so he used that as a very subtle and slow dropping the mic moment, I guess, but he would be very fortunate to have a rematch of the 2020 election. Adrienne, the prospect of that rematch, how does that make you feel?
Somewhat defeated. It's like, can't we get some new blood, something in here? I'm tired of these old cronies. Can we just get something that truly reflects our nation, as opposed to let's find the nearest old white man that the majority of people in power in this nation will actually vote for? I'm just tired. Like, I just really, really want us to move forward, and we're not. We are regressing.
The only thing I would add to what you just said is, in the case of Biden, it is the nearest oldest white man.
I was trying not to say that.
He would be, again, like, love the elderly or whatever. He would be so old at that point. Look, Trump is aging too at roughly the same rate. But anyway, they were both already very, very old, and for a variety of different reasons, disconnected from the life experience of a lot of people. Mostly because they're both wealthy, but also because they haven't lived a regular life since the 1940s, if ever. Like, can we have someone who represents a different approach, who understands problems differently and would go about fixing them differently, i.e. would actually care to fix them? I think that would be great. In any event, it worries me, the prospect of a rematch, because that last election was very tight. Yeah. And the electoral laws that have been passed since then have not moved in the direction of more democracy or more access to the vote. And in fact, right now, because I know what the audience is asking for is polls about a presidential election that won't happen for many years. President Joe Biden currently trails Donald Trump by 3 percentage points in a hypothetical rematch, 45-42. And if there's anything you can bet money on, it's an Emerson College poll multiple years before an election. But anyway, we know that it would be super tight. We know that the pandemic had a big effect on it. I am so worried about the possibility of that rematch. And there's nothing that we can do to change the Republican side, really. If Trump wants to run, he's gonna run. But on the Democratic side, like, it doesn't have to be Biden. He doesn't have to run for re-election. I don't know why we would consider that inevitable at this point.
No, and something actually I was kind of wondering, do we have like the oldest world leader? Do you know? Because it feels like everyone's kind of getting younger when it comes to world leaders, and it almost feels like we got like a really old one.
I mean, I'm seeing Elizabeth II. I think this is.
Oh well, no, but what about like prime minister kind of stuff?
Yeah, I wonder. I'm trying to see. Cameroon has an 87-year-old president.
Okay, and I know Cameroon's out here doing big things, but okay.
Hey, they're trying. Queen Elizabeth has spent 68 years on the throne.
Yeah.
And I feel like just a couple of families have spent a lot of years on the throne of America, by the way.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.